Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mr. Gaming Counselor here, and we are back with more drama. And this time, it's based on actually a W that Bungie's doing. Scholars, welcome to the Counselor's Office. Bungie, we already did a video, and this is kind of like a recap a little bit. And just kind of pointing out some of the people who are angry about this. You know, I talked about how it's content creators that are upset, which is prototypical. A lot of the content creators are upset, but there's also this 1% of people who are upset about it as well, the top players. But it's even not even that. It's also just these content creators or people within this sphere. And one of my biggest attacks was that people who are against the day one raid, once the for World's First is done, the winner is crowned, Bungie was going to unlock and is going to unlock the normal mode for raids, which I think was a W. It allows people more to jump in and get more engaged with the day one experience. Even if they're not actually doing contest mode, they can at least experience the raid just like everyone else is. So they get excited for it. And I talked about how the people against this are people, either content creators who, you know, they lose money because people aren't watching them. They're actually doing the raid instead, which is a good thing. Like, I'm sorry, the game shouldn't be based on your paycheck. And the other half is the top players whose only existence is to have a number and that no one will ever care about. They will never get laid because of it. They'll never find the love of their life, you know, from that. They will never get a job on the job application. Like, here, I got top 100 for my raid. Please hire me. No one's going to give a shit about this number. This is a different number that, like, it's not like winning the Olympics where you get a gold medal. And it's not like raids first where you get a belt, right? Those are pretty noticeable differences. But there are people who are getting butthurt. And I said it's usually the people who have no life. People who are pathetic, people whose value intrinsically is based on a video game. And we have found one of those people today. Let me introduce you. We've already covered a little bit about them. Let me introduce you to Assassin. That's right. Welcome to our friend, Little Assassin. That's right. I blocked them mostly because they're just spamming my Twitter. This little guy is so upset, and I'm here to call them out. That's right. I'm here to call them out. So let's talk about it. I watch your videos, and I agree on most things, but no, your take here is wrong. Most of the high-end community live for this, and giving access to normal way earlier is just bad for so many reasons. It's just 2 silly days. Wait it out wait for the whole year. Like, that is probably the most gurgitated thing I've heard from content creators is just wait it out. I'm just going to read what they say. It's one thing we get every year. There's no hard content while everything has been dumbed down so everyone can clear. Wait 2 days while we wait a year. Won't be that bad as people make it. But it's not about what makes you feel entitled and doing it fast and saying, I don't know what he was trying to say. Also, they said the same thing with GMs and masters. And guess what? Those are mid difficulty, let's say. Master raids were never hard, and that's reality. I know that what I'm saying doesn't make it hard. It just makes it harder than the current GM. And current GMs are a joke and so will be ultimate. Modifiers never made someone hard. They just made something harder than it already was. Going on an ultimate GM, let's say with surges or no surges, knowing the GM where to stand, what supers and weapons to use in, and will always be easier than doing contests. And no, the skill level is not even close. It's about not knowing what that makes the difference. And he just goes. He goes and goes. It's like having someone compare ChatGPT earned degree next to yours saying you are equal. I bet you wouldn't feel as nice then. Again, this guy's comparing a digital number to a degree situation. That is not the same. But let's keep going. You'll get... This is about entitlement and not about elitism or the community having access. The raid is there. You can try or wait till the modifier is off. In other games, if you pay, you get something early. Rainbow Six, Brawl Stars. Try to spin it all you want, but that's the truth. You are entitled to nothing. You'll get nothing and you'll like it. But on a serious note, preach to Bungie. You're wasting your time crying on my shoulder. And boy, did I piss him off. I pissed him off. I pissed him off. Where is it? Here we go. Imagine calling other people losers while you're a loser yourself. You're just depressed and fat. I didn't want to do a personal attack since you didn't start one, but now I changed my mind. You want to flex and feel all powerful while your self-esteem says otherwise. By the way, here's your raid report. Funny how you talk about high placement. You ain't even getting day ones. Maybe hide your channel's video so you can't track your account and see that you're whining like a loser when you aren't even making it near the top. That's right. We have, by the way, I always call people shitters out for doing this, but this is actually the one time it's okay to call someone out because they're actively complaining about a change as if it was going to impact them. This guy has only a day one of Root of Nightmares. No Salvations, no Crotas, no King's Fall, no Vow. He has Vault Glass. No, he doesn't even have Vault Glass. He doesn't have Deep Stone. He doesn't have Garden. He doesn't have Last Wish. He doesn't have any other day one except Root of Nightmares. This is a dude who's out here doing the Lord's work, fighting how it's unfair for people who want top placement. It's so unfair that you guys, I can't believe you're doing this to me. That's not fair. Oh, it's not. It's hurting the high placement community. And little bro's not even making it. Little bro's not even making in high placement at all. Like it's hypocritical because it's not even impacting you. So he's upset that I've called him out. He's like, oh, he's so upset now. Uh-oh, we poked the bear. Mr. Gaming Counselor poked the bear. You poked the bear. And now the bear's upset. Man, you're a pathetic loser. No offense. I'm at this point, I'm posting GIFs to piss him off. I'm not calling you out as a YouTuber, but I hate hypocrites and idiots. You went low, so yes, I'm going lower. Unlucky for you, I can debate you on your job and the kind of person you are. Let it be, take the L and move on because this was me playing nice. The only hell here is you. Thanks for the free content. If everyone is super, then no one is. The more common is something, the less value it has in the world. I'm debating you with logic, and you speak with your emotions for this part. Also, it's not the 1%, it's about the 6 to 8% of players if the numbers reaches 300K at peak. Baby needs a bottle. I never settled down. I just won the argument and stopped. Low and pathetic. Buddy, I got 191st EQ. It's a hobby. 191 EQ. Huh? You didn't get 190 nowhere. EQ. It's a hobby, and the more you love, the more you care. You call us losers, but I have seen how you jerk yourself off to. But I have seen how you jerk yourself off to women, and can bet you haven't talked to none. First off, how do you know I jerk myself off to women? For all you know, it could be who knows? Maybe I just jerk off to the wall. You don't know. Secondly, are you like trying to stalk me? Like, that's kind of creepy. No, but all seriousness, this person has nothing going on for them. In fact, we'll get to it. Now this person is going onto the what the F? We're going to community. Let's find the little guy. Oh, by the way, I hate this new setup. I used to see all comments, even the ones I've replied to. Now I have to tell it exactly what I'm doing, and it's so super annoying. I have responded. Here we go. We have, by the way, if you click on their link, you can see little Timmy has 56 videos of them on PlayStation 4. Wow. Wow. Isn't that neat? Wow. I don't know what gave you the impression I ever settled down. You proved my point and I just won the argument, so I stopped replying. Who's Bungie lawyer, huh? Keep doing what you criticize others about. I'm such an asshole. Oh, the little baby came over here. Good. Now sit down and cry more about it, you little kid too. I actually get a day one. Oh, sorry. Actually get a day one that isn't Ron, and we'll talk. We've all seen your profile. You ain't getting no top placement. You're just a basic loser. Here, and I say, here's your raid report. Whatever you say, Pop. Maybe you didn't clear other. I didn't clear other raids. That doesn't mean I don't love contest. Won't explain myself, but I only see one big fat baby crying about losers with low self-esteem, calling other incels while he's only gotten laid once. How do you know? Brother. How do you know? How do you know my sex life? I've been in, okay, that we're going in deep end. You don't know Jack. This is not about the game. This is about your personality, being a complete hypocrite and doing everything you can online. Because if we were face to face, you would think twice before getting low and speaking with your emotions only. Actually, I would just tell you to your face, you're a loser. If you came up to me to talk about your low mans, I would say, I really don't care. You're out in public. You are an absolute loser. To your face. And if you hit me, I would press charges and watch you go to jail and ruin your life because you're a dumbass. Also, that Ron, I finished top 400 and I was top 300 on speed back when Spire came out. Just leave it here. Stop replying. Take the L and move on. I don't want things to escalate more. You said your piece and now I said mine. And I pretty much told him everything that I'm telling you guys. Spire. Yeah. Your fastest clear was an hour. And it wasn't even day one. Wow. Wow, Spire. Wow. One clear. And it wasn't like, here's the thing. I don't beat my chest. One thing I don't ever do is I beat my chest up and say, look at me, I'm in a bag of chips. Though I will show you mine, by the way. I'll be fair, right? It's no, just look it up, right? Didn't get Salvation Edge. I did get Crota. Did do Raid of Nightmares. I did King's Fall. Didn't do Val, unfortunately. I didn't do Vault. I did do Deep Stone Crypt. So it's a hot hit and miss. I do have flawlesses. I don't do low mans. If you want to talk about low man, pop off. I respect for the low man community. That's something that I would think about doing. Not my cup of tea. Ignore the solo. That's just, listen, no one's going to take the solo Crota serious. Not unless you do it legit, right? But I raid. I do day ones. I do flawless runs, or at least I stopped at King's Fall because I just found it pointless. That's just me. But this dude is beating his chest, trying to make it sound like he's hot stuff. Because of why? Yeah, big gamer, big gamer. And listen, I don't beat my chest. I never try to beat my chest and say that I'm all that in a bag of chips. Root of Nightmare, day one completion. Let's see. My dude has only done one day one raid, and it's Root of Nightmares. And now, because he was top something, 396 on Root of Nightmares, my dude thinks he's hot shit and thinks that we need to not release normal mode because he's clinging to life for this one specific moment in his life where he got a top 1,000 clear. Guys, Root of Nightmares, I'm so good at what I do. These are the people who defend, who are against what benefits the community. These are people who argue and that they have no standing. They're like, people are actively mad about Bungie making normal available, talking about, oh, how is this? This is not fair to the placement community. When these are the people who are defending, like saying that, and they're not even making it in the placement community. Like, dog, no one gives a shit about Root of Nightmares. Even the best raiders don't look at Root of Nightmares as an accomplishment. They see it as a disappointment. And your identity of being as a high placement gamer, we're talking about ad clear the raid. Exactly. I'm sure you really did a lot of work speed running. Woo. Right? Like, come back when you have a real raid and you get top 100. I would say top 100 is the only one that really, really matters. I mean, I've gotten top 1,000 on like what? Let's see, King's Fall, which you don't even have. And this was just like a throw around group. This is when I first joined my clan, and it was like 2 random LFG people with us, by the way. Oops. And again, I don't do this to beat my chest. I just to prove a point. Look at that, top 1,000. Top 1,000, and I got clear, which you don't have. Like, we want to play stupid games. You're gonna get stupid prizes from me. These are the people. These are the people who get upset. They go on Twitter. They rant and rave about because something that hurts just a marginal amount of people. It benefits the wider community. Like, it's one thing to shit on Bungie for doing scummy tactics that like don't benefit the community, but this actively lets more people get invested into a product that they paid for. People paid the DLC, they should be able to play the DLC, including the raid. And the only thing that matters is day one. And it's not just me. There was other people who believed the same thing, right? Perspective from someone who's not raid racing. If the raid race is over, I really don't see why it matters. If normal mode comes out, yes, people will be able to practice in normal, but the race is over. It's just for a clear. I thought we stopped gatekeeping once it was made 48 hours long. Like, I don't understand how people are so stupid. I'm more willing to listen to the people that are top 100 than the people who don't know. We're getting into the weird soundtrack stuff that I don't know, so I'm closing that out. I'm more willing to listen to people about this subject who are actually the ones in the top hundreds, because that actually, it immediately impacts them. But not the people that are making wishes and thinking that, you know, that one raid, I got top 300, 400 and Rude Nightmares, but I haven't done a day one since then. I'm sorry, if your only day one that you've completed is Root of Nightmares, I'm not gonna pray, like, oh my God, wow. You're the last person anyone should listen to, like the last. I'm not saying I should be the first one, by the way. Never said that. Never once did I say I should be the first one, nor do I ever beat my chest. And my community can attest to this. I never flaunt myself and say like, if I'm asked what I've accomplished, sure, I'll let you know. But I'm not out here like, guys, I am top 1,000 for Crota's End and King's Fall. Top 1,000, baby. Take that, bitches. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, that's the kind of stuff I'm making fun of because it's loser material. And I would make fun of you. If I saw you face to face and you talked about that, I would make fun of you. I'd be like, bro, we're in real life right now. We could chap out of the game, but how about you tell me what's going on in like real life? Like, if your identity is a video game outside the world, there's a problem with you. If your value comes from a perceived magical digital number that no one will ever see, you have issues. Go see a therapist. That is like addiction. You need more self-esteem. This is a personal PSA to the community. Get some help. Because if you're not first, you're last. You know who I care about? None of these people matter. None of you. None of you matter. Your ranks, your positioning, none of it matters. No one cares. 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 You know who cares? People care about these people right here. These are the people that we care about right here. Uno, numero uno. These are the people. And the truth is, you want to know the absolute truth? I don't even know who these people are. I didn't even know what their names were. And they've gotten world's first for King's Fall, and I don't even know who they are. Don't even remember their names. So let's even be honest. Unless you're like a name brand streamer, like Redeem and everyone in it, or Math Class, or Salta Greppo, the three main people that people know about, people are probably going to forget you anyways. Why can't Bungie just have matchmaking options, you know, like a video game? That'd be cool, but they kind of have that with Fireteam Finder. Anyways, I call out people like this, not to bully, especially if they're throwing shade my way. Like, it's equal. The moment you start throwing shade and acting like an incel and throwing a hissy fit, I'm going to clap back, and I'm going to use you as an example of what's wrong with the community. This actively benefits the wider community. And then you have these losers trying to stop it. I am pro gamer. If you're a gamer and you're not pro gamer, you're pro stupid. And what's pro gamer here is letting everyone play the game. Contest mode will still continue on. Your emblem will still matter. The only difference is no one will give a shit about your placement, because no one still does, unless you're first. And I'm going to continue to call bad actors like this out, because this is why people think the community's toxic. Not just because I do shit like that people deem toxic, but because we have people like this who are gatekeeping new people who are coming into the community, people who are starting to learn to raid. Imagine someone just did Salvation's Edge and they're excited for the next raid, but they're told, you've got to wait. Sorry, you've got to wait until next Tuesday to play the game. But I want to play the game. The raid's coming out. It comes out on Saturday. I have the day off. Can I play? No, sorry. You can't play. You're going to have to wait till Tuesday to play. Sorry. That's never been a good thing. And it never was a thing. Even in Destiny 1, we had normal raids. Everyone could play. I've always hated the concept of gatekeeping. And now we're kind of meeting in the middle. This situation is meeting in the middle. Now, guess what? We wait till World's First is over. Once it's over, everyone gets to play. I think that's fair, because that's all that matters. No one actively gives a shit after World's First. No one cares. Only people care are content creators who are missing bank, and then the little Timmies, and then for some reason the mentally disordered people like Assassin, who's, you know, assassinating his reputation, who's clinging to life over one meaningless digital number and a raid that no one cares about, but it's the highlight of his life apparently. We should not listen to these people. Their opinions don't matter. Again, you can still have your opinion. I think you should still call out Bungie and criticize them. That's your right to do so. You bought the game, pop off. But I still think as a community, we should ignore them, because the community doesn't owe you shit. Bungie does, but the community doesn't owe you shit. And so this benefits the wider community. It's not like it's a divisive situation like Armor 3.0 or the Portal. Like, those are more divisive, where it's more split and you could be like both sides. This is kind of one-sided, where most people agree this is a benefit. It's only just content creators, the community, and then the 1% or no-lifers. And with that, I'm done. This is the end of the topic. I'm going to be pro for this. I'm going to be happy with this. And when it comes out, I'm going to do contest mode. And then I'm going to do my 2 characters on normal. I'm going to do a little dance. I'm going to say, suck it. And yeah, I'm going to go to bed sleeping soundly tonight. But I do thank everyone who continues to act like a doorknob that I can use as examples for videos that actively lets me get free content. Thank you for justifying my points. It is almost crazy that I can make a point and then someone comes along that literally embodies what I was talking about, and I can showcase it. This is the problem with the community. I'll see you in the next one.